Hey everyone, CPO here, and I'm with my friend KL from Twisted Jeeps. Now, Twisted Jeeps does Jeep rentals, but you also do tours, right?
And guiding.
And guiding.
Yes.
So we're up here on top of Metal Masher with an amazing overlook of everything. It's not just an overlook of this or that. You can see for, I don't know, hundreds of miles in all directions. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we're up here having a lunch break, and I thought it would take a minute just to chat with KL. And one thing that you and I were talking about a little bit is the fact that you see a lot of Jeepers, right? You're out here either driving them around or leading them. So it made me think, what a great opportunity to take advantage of some of your knowledge. Let's talk a little bit about some tips maybe for either new Jeepers,
okay.
Somebody who just bought their first Jeep or just had one built, and they've got all these like fancy lockers and they got all this stuff, but they don't have the experience to go with it. And because you've seen so many people come through, I think you'll have some tips that you have shared along the way. Plus, this also applies to people who want to come out and rent a Jeep from Twisted Jeeps. What are the things you'd like to tell those people as they're using your Jeeps? What are some tips?
As soon as you leave the road, it's easier to put it in 4-low. The transmission's going to hold up better. The vehicle's going to be easier to drive. Lockers, you don't need them all the time. The Jeep drives so much better without your lockers. I like to go rear locker first. I can drive quite a ways with rear lockers. When I need my front locker, I'm going to turn it on for an obstacle, but as soon as I'm done with an obstacle, I am going to turn my locker off.
I know for me on the lockers, they take a little while to unlock. My front lockers, I lose pretty much all steering articulation. Like I can't turn more than, an inch that way and an inch that way. They're completely bound up. And even coming out of an obstacle, if I have my fronts locked, it's going to be a little while before I can make a turn. So I find myself, I hurt myself if I leave that front on when I don't need it,
right.
or engage it when I don't need it. And it is surprising how much your rear will sort of push you around.
Rears do awesome. They don't disengage if there's a bind. They have to free up to slide out. If there's something holding a little pressure, they just don't come apart. So they're locked. And yes, you cannot steer with front lockers. When you have all 4 tires trying to go in a straight line, when you make a corner, one tire has to go faster than the other, and it just doesn't work.
What other tips you got? Anything else?
The only other thing is gas pedals, especially with new Jeepers on bumps. I see so many of them just brum, brum, brum. And I've told lots of people, if you put your foot over against the hump of the Jeep and then run your foot off the gas pedal with your foot on the hump, you have much better control of your gas pedal.
So it sort of attenuates that.
Yeah, so your foot's not floating, it's anchored, and then you just push the gas that way.
That's a great tip. Yeah, well, that's a great tip.
I don't know the first person that told me that, but I've showed lots of people that on Jeep tours. I let people drive me all the time. We'll go out for a 3-hour guided tour. And if somebody wants to drive, there's sections on most of my trails. I let people drive me around all the time.
That's cool.
And we have a great time.
That's awesome.
It's always about the customer.
Oh, that's great. And that's true. Actually, he keeps telling me, like, we're talking about, what do you want to do? I don't want to do. He's like, your trip. It's your trip. You do. Let's do what you want to do. This is all about you. And it's very nice, especially in today's society, to have somebody who is 100% committed to, this is about you, not about me at all. So as a guide, I know, and this isn't really a video about him being a guide, but the reality of it is, he's like, look, I want to do whatever it is that works for you, makes you happy, keeps you, I gave him some parameters, like I have to be able to get home to Maryland from here. So he takes that into consideration, and a very selfless opportunity to spend time with somebody, because a lot of time the guides can be a little bit more, I'm the expert, you follow me, you do what I say, I'll take you where I know you can go, or whatever, and it's a little bit more of a selfless trip that I've been out with you. So thank you so much for that.
You're more than
really
welcome. It's been a great day.
So anyway, that's it. Just a quick tip for the new Jeepers from somebody who's experienced with dealing with new Jeepers almost on a daily basis out here in Moab. And if you happen to be out here in Moab, look up KL, but you can find him at Twisted Jeeps and twistedjeeps.com. And yeah, I mean, you'll find them, don't worry. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.